Well, the day is today. Liverpool is hosting Manchester United, and it's going to be played at Anfield, a stadium that capacitates 61,276 people. This is the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are, and continue to subscribe to this channel and see to it that we obviously get to that level of really hitting 20,100 subscribers in a nick of time. So the game of football is on, and United, the last time they played at Anfield, it ended 0-0, a game where Liverpool had 32 shots at goal and they never saw any of the ball cross the lines. In that game, I saw Kobe Mainoo and Amrabat really patrol that midfield, and they are like, there is nothing you're gonna do. And that's how the brilliance of Rafael Varane went ahead to obviously help Man United really achieve all what they had to achieve into that game. This season, it was, I think, the third game that we played. Was it? It was the second game we played at Old Trafford after beating Fulham. Went ahead to play away at Brighton. Then we returned to play Liverpool, and Liverpool beat us by 3-0 in a game that Kobe Mainoo gave away the ball and United really got disciplined. Then we had other 2 goals that had been scored in the first half, courtesy of Carlos Casemiro, who really went ahead obviously sloppily give away the ball, and obviously we lost it out like that. So as things stand, we come into this game of football more vulnerable. I tell you, more vulnerable, because I don't even remember the last time we won a Premier League game. I think it was Man City, beating them 2-1 away. But after that, we've played Nottingham, has beaten us 3-1. Wolves has beaten us 2-0. And Bournemouth has beaten us also. And then the other team that is going to beat us is called Newcastle. Now, in our last games that we're going to hate to play, that is the Premier League games, I think we're going to hate obviously register losses throughout. That is it. Let me check out and really give you the right. Newcastle, it was a loss. Wolverhampton Wanderers, it was a loss. Bournemouth, it was a loss. Those are 1, 2, 3, 3 losses in a row in the Premier League. That is really unacceptable for the club of Manchester United. But we just have to look out and really see what is the manager going to be doing, by the way, because that is the most important bit of it all. Can he really get a very huge turnaround by beating Liverpool? Because when we beat Newcastle, when we beat Man City, I thought that maybe we would use that as a springboard to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. But guess what? It just got nasty and nasty and nasty. So for the club of Manchester United, all is not okay. And I tell you what, it's not going to be business as usual. I tell you, it's not going to be business as usual. It's really going to be very, very hard for the club of Manchester United today at Anfield. But I tell you what, we are here to see to it that we really build a very huge we are here to build a very huge platform that can see the fans of Man United discuss their opinions onto this channel. William Moses Mokisa, thank you for obviously watching in through, and I'm going to be reading your comments very soon. Now, for Liverpool, their last game they played against West Ham, and they beat West Ham by 5-0. Obviously go more bottom of the Premier League table, because it is not really looking good or any good for the club of Manchester United in what they are really doing. Now, let's get to the team news and see who is available and who is not available. For Man United, Mason Mount is out, Victor Lindelof is out, and Luke Shaw is out. Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes return. That is it. They return today because they are serving a suspension. Rashford is out. The manager told us on was it Friday when he made his pre-match press conference, and he told us that Rashford is really ill. And I tell you, according to what I know, it's not that Rashford is ill. It's because the manager has gone ahead to fall out with Marcus Rashford and is like, not really the reason for obviously coming in through. Then, the rest of the players are really going to be available. And for Liverpool, out is Joe Gomez with a hamstring injury. Then doubtful is Ibrahim Konate, who is having any problem, and Conor Bradley is having a hamstring injury. Those players are really out, and don't expect them anywhere near the side of this encounter that is going to be played into the Premier League today. Very many people are really eagerly waiting for that game. And let's get into the probable starting 11 for the side of Manchester United, as we obviously prepare to take on the side of Liverpool today. You know, huge game to be played. And 3-4-2-1 is a system that the manager is obviously going to be sticking to. He told us that if he knew to eat that, changing the system would work. He would have gone ahead obviously change the system, but he believes that this is the best system to obviously come up and really represent for the club of Manchester United. In goal, Andrea Onana, that is it. He's going to be in between the stitches for the club of Manchester United. The back three on the right side of the three-man central defense, Matthias de Ligt, though I believe he's the best defender this season at Manchester United, and he commands this defense better when he's playing at its center. Then Lisandro Martinez is being played onto the left side of the three-man central defense, and then we are having the man himself, Harry Maguire. I believe he's going to be playing. And the moment the manager came up and really told us that they are willing to obviously offer him a new contract, like trigger that 1 year that is left on his contract, I was like, he will obviously test the bitterness of his own medicine and decisions. For me, Harry Maguire should be one of those defenders that should be leaving Manchester United. I tell you, you get, because our back three that had Lisandro Martinez, Matthias de Ligt, and Mazraoui was really playing and looking very, very good. But ever since we obviously brought in Harry Maguire, I don't think that we're really performing very well, you know. Then right wing back, I think it's going to be Mazraoui to play as a right wing back, who has been really struggling with form. Yet when he came in through, he was one of the bright sparks that everyone was really very, very okay with. Then left wing back, it's going to be none other than Diego Dallo. That's the player that's going to be played that side. And then I think Manuel Ugarte returns into that midfield alongside Kobbie Mainoo. And for me, I'm really having my reservations. Even in the game that we played against Newcastle, the manager had obviously went ahead, play Kobbie Mainoo off the bench. And I'm like, who does that? Who does that? So I think there is a problem with the manager. And I think Kobbie Mainoo should be playing every game, according to me. He should be playing every game. According to me, he should be playing every game. And you saw to it that the midfield was so porous. That's why the manager took off Joshua Zirkzee and went ahead to bring in Kobbie Mainoo. And you saw to it that when Kobbie Mainoo came in, a lot went ahead, obviously, go in our way. We controlled, at least. We had a little bit of control of the game. And the midfield was not as porous as it was when we are playing against for the first, I think, were they 30 minutes of the game where we had gone to concede 2 goals into that game. So I believe that that double pivot can obviously do wonders at Anfield. Then who else? We are having Amady Diallo playing on the right side of the central attacking midfield, or on the number 10 role of the right, and Bruno Fernandes playing onto the left of the central attacking midfield. Those are 2 number 10s I believe the manager is going to be using, and Bruno Fernandes returns from a suspension to obviously feature for the club of Manchester United. Leading the line, obviously it's going to be Rasmus Højlund to lead the line for the club of Manchester United. And I think that's the starting 11 that I believe will obviously go to Anfield. And he's unpredictable. He might throw in a Lenny Yoro. He might throw in a Malasia. He might throw in maybe a Zexi to obviously lead the line, to obviously compensate that getting him off the pitch against Newcastle before halftime, to obviously excite him a little bit. But I tell you, we are waiting to see what is really going to be happening into this beautiful game of football. Now, when we go to Liverpool, we expect them to play a 4-2-3-1 system with Alisson Becker in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold right wing back, and Robertson left back, Quanch and Virgil van Dijk in the central defense. Then Gravenberch to be played as in the double pivot with McAllister. Then Soboslai will play as a central attacking midfielder, and Gakpo left attacking midfielder, Salah right attacking midfielder, and obviously Diaz is expected to obviously lead the line or really exchange with Cody Gakpo. If not, you might see a Darwin Núñez leading that line or a Diego Jota. And it's going to be a highly competitive game of football. And I tell you what, it's really going to be a hard day for Manchester United at Anfield. Very, 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 very hard day. And we'll be waiting to see what result is really going to be coming up from Manchester United taking on this other side. We go to the head-to-head stats. Liverpool have lost just one of their last 13 Premier League games against Man United. 7 wins and 5 draws, going down to 1 at Old Trafford in August 2022. Manchester United haven't won any of their last 8 league away games against Liverpool. 4 draws, 4 losses, their longest such run. Their longest such run since a run of 9 between 1970 and 1979. Then Manchester United have scored just 1 goal in their last 8 Premier League away games against Liverpool, failing to score in each of the last 5. Only at Everton have they had a longer run without scoring in their league history, 6 between 1969 and 1974. And fourthly, this is the first time Liverpool and Manchester United are facing each other in their first league match of the calendar year since 1989, when the Red Devils won 3-1 at Old Trafford on New Year's Day. And lastly, Liverpool beat Newcastle 4-2 in their first league match of 2024. The last time they won their opening league game in consecutive calendar year was in 2013-2014. So that is exactly what you're really having coming in from Google, those stats that most of you really need to know about. You understand? So as things stand, those are the stats that you have to be well conversant about. And the last time obviously win a game of football down at Anfield, it was 2015-2016. That was under Van Gaal, and guess who went ahead obviously put in that beautiful shift? It was none other than Wayne Rooney, scoring that only 1 goal that saw us beat him by 1-0 under Louis Van Gaal. So how many managers? Mourinho. It's Mourinho 1, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 2, Ralf Rangnick 3, Ten Hag 4. 4 managers haven't gone ahead obviously win a game of football at Anfield since 2015-2016. Can Ruben Amorim be that manager that is going to be going at Anfield and obviously collect those points for the club of Manchester United? Because I tell you, we are having 22 points, right? We are stuck at 22 points as a club of Manchester United. If you look through 22 points, and we are 14th onto the Premier League table, right? So we need to do the needful to obviously see to either obviously resurrect. But the fixtures are not really favoring the club of Manchester United in any way, because after playing today, today is 5th. We are obviously going to be having 6 days. 6 days. We are playing Arsenal, meaning that in those 6 days, maybe the manager has always complained of not really getting enough time to obviously coach or train these players. and they might obviously train and see to it that he obviously tries to instill what he wants from them. But all I want is us to obviously do the needful and obviously improve. But today, I tell you, I don't find any positivity in us collecting points. I know football, anything can happen, but that will be a shocker to the world, because even if you look at the odds, they're all indicating at Liverpool to win. And we look at Liverpool, unless otherwise, United has an angel with them, but it's a win for Liverpool. If there is anything that I believe we can get the best out of this game, it's a draw. I think that's the best we can do. We can obviously see a draw or do a draw with them, because it's a rivalry, and you never know, it might spark off very many players' thoughts. William says, yes, Rokani, good morning, Papa. I think we partner Casemiro and Ugarte in the midfield. For me, I want Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo. That's what I want. Clayton Bahati, let's pray. All right, you're calling in for prayers, but all in all, I believe that if Ruben Amorim loses this game, I tell you, more pressure will obviously be on him. And after this game, he's going to be playing Arsenal at the Emirates. So if he's going to be playing Arsenal at the Emirates, then it's another hard burden. Remember, in the recent 4 games, the last 4 games we're going to have to play, we've lost all them. Tottenham, loss. Bournemouth, loss. Wolves, loss. Newcastle, loss. And if we lose today, those will be 5 consecutive losses in all competitions. You understand? And it's really gonna look bad in there for you. I'm having Jata says, hey bro, good morning. You are saying United 2, Liverpool, how many goals? Because you need to obviously let me know. You are saying 2-1. Let's be strong. That is Abedekani Amos. He's like, United can obviously go to Anfield and obviously register a win. I'm not going to be part of that. It's possible, but the percentage is 1%. You know, a draw for United is 20%, and I think 79% is a win for the side of Liverpool. That is it. Jata is saying United 2, Liverpool 1. All right. But you people, David Izimala says, good luck for Man United. Let's wish them good luck. But I'm not going into this game of football thinking that we can beat Liverpool. I think the best result we can get from playing Liverpool is a draw. That's what I believe is possible. But for the rest, it might be what you want, but I won't come out here and obviously let you know that we can obviously stop them. They're unstoppable. They know to it that when they win today, they're going to go 8 points ahead of Arsenal. We've been conceding very many goals, 4 against Spurs, 3 against Bournemouth, those are 7. 2 against Wolverhampton Wanderers, those are 9. And 2 against Newcastle, those are 11, So we've gone ahead to concede very many goals, and you can't come up and obviously feel like you can throw in a defense for the side of Newcastle. That is it. Morris, they can only defend not to concede more than 3. That is, but it's written all over the world that we are going to lose. But all in all, we wait and see what God has for us today. Because if you are to get a result today, it has to be a God-protected result or a God-oriented result. The players can come up and obviously do the needful and really raise to the occasion and put in the required shift altogether. But I'm fed up of us really looking like a small team, because a small team mentality obviously helps you, sees your players go ahead and obviously put in a shift they're having to put in through, expecting that they're really playing a big team. And when you're playing against small teams, we don't look good. I would rather lose to Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea home and away. Those are how many points? Those are 24 points, and then I go ahead and beat the remaining 15 teams in the league, home and away, that will be 90 points. Meaning that losing to Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool doesn't affect your points a lot into the season, provided you can beat Newcastle, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest, name it, home and away. If we can't do that, then that's the best for us. I'm having David Izimula. He's saying, we only pray not to score us more goals than the normal. And you remember 7-up? The first season of Eric Ten Hag when he went there, and it was 7-up. So, that is it. So, that's what I had for you. Brief match preview. I'm going to be dropping in more stories onto the video section, and it's going to be the transfer news. I sign out for now. See you later. I see us losing, guys. I see a loss. And the best I see United can get out of this, after we perform very well, is a